That's houses for miles. That there, line there, is the end of the western crawl from the city. It's all like that, all the way back. Even Mr. Dog's looking out the window. Even he can, and you hear the graders going. You call that country living? And this is the new Schofields train station. And now they terminate trains here. Instead of running them all the way to Richmond, they terminate them here because Gladys mainly wants to service all the people here because she hasn't spent enough money to buy more double-decker trains to cope going from Schofields and keep going on to Richmond. Well, what does that mean? Well, every second train that comes down the Richmond line from Blacktown terminates at Schofields. So people living at Richmond, so in other words, Riverstone, Vineyard, Mulgrave, Windsor, Clarendon, East Richmond, had to wait an extra half an hour just to get a train home because Gladys wants to make sure all these new housing developments get a regular rail service. But what about the people of Richmond? Why can't they have the same rail service? No, because Gladys went and spent all her money on that driverless train. Now let's go down and we'll have a look at a lovely double-decker train if you're not from Sydney, Australia. We'll show you what one looks like. Isn't this marvellous? Even after 40 years of driving, they still can't get this right. This is the Bridge Street Bridge, coming back into Schofields. Used to come up here, it was a stop sign. Now they've got a traffic light. And look at all the traffic now coming down that road. I come back at Riverstone. Well, here I am. I'm down here at Riverstone. You think, what? Yeah, where? Right, I'm round the back. I'm up the old dock platform. Now, I don't know if you can see this. You see the white paint down there? That's the old end of the dock platform. Used to be a big set of timbers across there. This is the story where one day I come in here and I was a 14-year-old kid and I wanted to take my big water pipe back. And Alf Polar said to me, he said, come in there through the car park, bring your water pipe in, put it through the centre train driver's door, put it in the last carriage of the train. He said, what I'll do, he said, I'll lock all the side doors and the centre doors in the middle of 622. He said, you sit in 622 with your pipe hanging out the driver's door. So then what he did, he locked in the middle 622's door, the other side door, and the middle train driver's door. So if you're looking at the driver's cab, here's where the train driver sits. There's a door here in the middle. They go between the carriages. And you've got the guard's window. That there was left open. I slipped my water pipe in there. Right there, right where those cars are sitting. I was 14 years old. And when I got to East Richmond, I climbed out this front end door, out on the platform, jumped down on the train tracks, walked round to the front of the train, grabbed the water pipe, slid it out, and then as I dropped it on the track, in between the rails, it's not electrified, it's not like an American train, and it didn't interfere with the signalling because we didn't have the signals connected between the rails. It was an electric start, a different system. And I put my hand up over the platform and I went right like that, and he went boop, boop, from the train, and he went and drove away. And then as the train went across the level crossing at East Richmond, I walked down the train tracks and walked home up the footpath with my big long water pipe. I was 14 years old. That's the days when railways were railways and you get away with everything. So this is now what they stuck here, some great big tower. It's obviously never would have been here. The diesels were still here. And this is why we had this funny awning. Nobody's ever worked it out why there's an awning sitting here with the lights and this funny triangle concrete slab. This is the platform. And the diesel train would pull in here and people would be sitting there to catch the train to go to Richmond. And this is where they used to tranship way back in 1978 until 1982, 4 or 6. And then I'll show you a photograph. You can still see the platform there through the concrete. There you go. So look, it's still got the yellow marker there for a 2-car train. And that's where I walked up with Dad. And I said, oh, a woman said to me one day, oh, that's nice to see you giving the train driver a cup of tea. I said, no, I'm not giving that train driver a cup of tea because it's a train driver. I wouldn't do that. She looked at me with horror. I said, I'm giving that driver there a cup of tea because he's my father. And I mentioned that at Dad's funeral. There's the feed shed. Right, same building. And before that was put there was a set of points. Look up there, you can see where the ballast's been done. And it used to come in there, right here. Not that retainer wall. This bit here. See the difference? See, look. And that's where the train used to go. Right there where that rubbish is. Out there on a siding. And I found a video at home of a train coming into Riverstone. And this is exactly where it come in. It comes in down there. And I've got the photograph of that siding over there. All the 48 class locomotives. All lined up down there behind that fence. So there's the track. And what happened was, they did not have the overhead wires past the bottom set of points. Actually, the double-decker trains, these electric trains, see there's 2 wires there. Right? Right. One finishes just down there. The other one starts. And then it goes on. Right? Well, that's where the overhead wires used to stop. Just down there, just down the rails. So an electric train come in, and I've got that photo. That red double-decker train sitting right here. And on this side, you got the 2-car diesel. And this is that pilot, this is that awning, you can see one of my photos. Taken way back in 1978. Oh my God, that was like yesterday, wasn't it? So that platform there, that's the extension for when they electrified it. Out to Richmond. No, not because they electrified it to Riverstone, because when they electrified it to Richmond, they had to pass the trains. If you look at this other platform, I'll save me memory, I'll move up. Right, that platform down there was made when they put the diesel trains could pass the electric trains or pass another diesel train. That's why that concrete facial wall is so short. Then when they electrified it to Richmond, they couldn't use it for the double-decker electrics. So then they had to extend it. That's the switching room. That's where the switching rail, all the electronic switches are for the signals. And down here, you can see it boarded up. You see that grey board? Just there. See how it sticks out? That's where all the levers used to come out to change all the points. That's right. Now it's all electronic. This is the signal box. I used to pull the levers over it when I was a kid. And I don't know if the old track diagram's still in there. I might see if they'll give me a look. Do a bit of a walk around. Oh yeah. No, I think they're taking them all out. Yeah, they pulled everything out. Everything's been pulled out of there. It's just another one of these ones that made floors out of it, and they put a computer room in there, and the old tractor diagram's all gone. It's just a big room. I remember many a time walking in that door there. I was 16 years old. This awning was not here. Was the old shed house. Different urinal. Same old dunnies. Used to be a dunny there, and there used to be that used to be the storage locker. Used to be a little silver hand basin just here. And that was one of the big old-fashioned things. But look, still got the old-fashioned louvers. Another thing I just noticed, that's the same yellow paint that was there when I was here. Incredible. I was talking about that, the riverstone architecture. This is the same up at Muswellbrook and all the way up there at Werris Creek. And you can see how they did all the same thing. Same big flat concrete sandstone. Sandstone up there. And look, the ring in the arches. It's all changed. And they raised this all up. That there was lower. They'd raise that up because this is all new platform. If you have a look, you can see it. That's where the original station was. Way down there. I used to wash that windowsill. There was no payphone. That was the entrance to the ladies. That was the storage hut. That's now the entrance to the ladies because they built that. That was never there. That actually was a toilet. This here is the part of the real estate agent. This here was the old parcels office. And this is where we used to have our parcels. I don't know if it's going to show anything. We'll give it a go. That's where I used to go. All these old bloody old timbers. I used to have to clean these every day. And that was the boss's storeroom. That's where I had the double locks in it. We used to get the ladders in there. And these are similar to the old lights that used to be here when I was here. And they used to make me climb up there up a ladder. And there was two hooks up the top. We used to hang the ladder up on the hook. Has to lean out and clean the old-fashioned fluorescent lights. And that there's the back of the TAB. And this here is the back of my old station master's house. And one thing a lot of people don't realise, you might see the heritage mob jumped in and kept this old original riverstone sign. Said, look how old that is. That was here when I was a kid. See, got rotted out, so they cut the bottom off it and put on the pins. And then when people used to get off the train, they used to walk down through there. Now they put all this. And you go down there, nice and safe. So, I want to have a look in Les's old backyard. He died by a station master. Yeah, that's where he used to park his HZ Holden. Yeah, the Hatestead, Blue Hole and Hatestead Kingswood. And I actually had breakfast in there many years ago. Now this is what I call a train. See, it's got double-decker seats. It's air conditioned. That to me is a train, not something that looks like a tram. I'm going to go see if these guys will show me any of the old railway photos with the train derailments down the back of the meatworks. No, I'll bet you 16. It's interesting how many people here, they're just oblivious to the world. They've got no idea what used. Yeah, I used to clean that. They don't clean nothing anymore. See, that's the same as Werris Creek and Marundi and places like that. It's all the same. First Neville Farlow. Yeah, we used to always call him Nifty Neville. Yeah, that's the table I used to polish every day. He used to tell me, go and clean the glass off and polish it. There's the old window. I used to with them. What else? What's this one? Thanks for doing this. What's that? Is that a train hit the truck on the level crossing the meatworks?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, they certainly know to put them up high, don't they? That's what amazes me, people. Oh, that's all the locos I was telling you about. You got it up there, have you? 702. Yeah, that's a row 48, isn't it? Might be coming back after the air show. Yeah, that's the old front of the station. God, I remember we used to clean out the front windows every day. Traffic inspector used to come along and say, you ain't clean up the front of those windows. You get out there and clean them. Did you ever get one of the old guardsmen that went up the end of the tracks down there in the meatworks? Oh yeah, there's the dock. Oh yeah. Try and get that steady. So we've got a steam train sitting there. Double decker sitting there. That's a red one I'll probably get a picture of. And there's the rail motor sitting in the dock. Oh, that one there, you got in that picture there. That's just been fully refurbished, by the way. Oh, that's the air show. Oh, I didn't know you had the air show photos. That's coming past Dockman's with the 48s climbing the electric trains out to Richmond before it was electrified. There's all the 48s lined up. Oh, geez, they certainly changed it, haven't they? Geez, that's an old photo. I love that one.
What I didn't like about it was, besides just a shortfall barrack, which one of those was the inaccuracies.
So when did we go? So I left here 78, so 11 years later they electrified it. What they do with the old, did they still have the old urn out there? Or would they move that out?
The what?
Urn. I don't know how many times I cleaned that top of that door frame. And that's where you used to have the two single electric staffs, machines.
Yeah.
That was my parcels table. That was the mileages and all the stickers. And that was, I think that was the thing up there for the bell or something. Remember one day one guy went up there in that loft. I remember he went up there. And he came back down and he said, I'll never ever get up there again. That PowerPoint, that was there when I was there. Still remember that. I used to have to wipe that. Oh man, I love to get a picture of old Neville. And we used to have all the big old cardboard tickets there. And somebody come in and they print some money out of the bloody till. And we'd all have to make up for it. Oh, at least you got air conditioning now. We never had air conditioning. All right, thanks for that.
Right on.
Thank you.